And now we get word from the coach that Angel Reese is going to have a modified role.
Did you catch the drama unfolding with Angel Reese and the Chicago Sky? Coach Tyler Marsh just flipped the entire script by handing the spotlight to Kamilla Cardoso, nudging Angel out of her comfort zone and straight to the sidelines.
And new head coach Tyler Marsh is busy installing a different vision for Chicago's offense. The Sky plan to use second-year power forward Angel Reese much differently than how she was deployed in her rookie season.
And just like that, the Sky's pecking order got a seismic shakeup. Goodbye double-double streak. Reese fans aren't just disappointed. They're declaring war on social media, calling it a plot to erase Angel's record-setting rebounding legacy before it even gets off the ground in the W. Is this the end of Reese? Let us know down in the comments below. Let's go.
Angel Reese preseason part 2. Let's get it. What they say about layups, harder than nuclear physics. Bang! She's a point forward now, and nobody's more excited than opposing defenses. Time for the vintage underhand scoopity shot from 3 feet. Yep, there it is. Bang!
And here's where it gets spicy. Angel Reese hasn't shown her face at training camp since this shift hit the news. The queen of stat padding is suddenly being asked to evolve her game, taking mid-range jumpers despite shooting just 39.1% from the field. Yeah, you heard that right. A career twist this sharp? It's less like a natural evolution and more like someone flipped the channel on her entire trajectory. So is this the Sky making smart basketball moves? Or a covert campaign to bury Angel's brand?
The Chicago Sky's offense will no longer run through Kennedy Carter. Carter averaged 17.4 points per game in 2024, leading the Sky in scoring. Interesting. It should lead straight through, I believe she's what, 6'6"? Kamilla Cardoso down in the paint. That's who it should lead through. That's who it better lead through.
The news dropped just days before the Chicago Sky were set to face off against none other than Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever. And Coach Marsh? He didn't just tinker with lineups. He rewrote the blueprint. Angel Reese's role isn't just tweaked, it's unrecognizable. Fans are watching in disbelief as one of the WNBA's most polarizing player is being forced into a new box right before the season even starts.
It sounds like they're going to pull her out further from the basket, and I wonder how her fans are going to feel about that. If she's further away from the basket, that doesn't mean there's going to be a lot of, or as many, I would believe, offensive rebound opportunities for one Angel Reese.
Let's rewind. Angel built her entire identity on snatching rebounds like it was a personal vendetta. From LSU to the W, her double-double dominance became her brand. She made headlines and jersey sales off those stats. Remember that second pro game when she snagged 19 boards against Indiana? That performance went viral, cementing her status as a rebounding phenom.
If she's not as close to the basket on offense, which she shouldn't, it should clear out the paint and underneath the basket for Kamilla to be able to rebound. And we know she can hit layups. We've seen them. We've seen them over and over. I've seen plenty of videos.
But just when she thought she had locked down her lane, the Sky asked her to pivot. Literally, they want her stepping away from the basket and taking mid-range shots. That's like asking Shaq to live at the three-point line. The very space she owned in the paint is now being reassigned, and Angel's stuck figuring out how to adjust, if she wants to at all. And there's the technical issue. Her shot release is slow, clunky. This isn't a natural fit. It's a square peg meeting a round hoop with a shot clock ticking.
Chicago Sky want her to take mid-range jumpers. Okay. However, Marsh wants her to add more versatility to her shot selection by hitting mid-range jumpers 10 to 15 feet from the basket. She's working on being able to shoot off dribble and when the play call is for a catch and shoot. Yeah, but what does that mean? Because she's... look, we've all seen videos of her practicing. She's got a very, very slow as SERP release out there. So that should be interesting against anybody that's got any kind of a wingspan.
Let's not sugarcoat it. Reese's shooting efficiency is, well, inefficient. Sitting at 39.1% from the field And we're talking mostly near the rim here. That's not just below average. It's a flashing warning sign. Instead of strengthening her strong suit, the coaching staff is asking her to develop an entirely new skill set. But here's the twist. While Reese is being moved out of the paint, Cardoso is being handed the keys to it.
And they want her to shoot more mid-range. This should be very, very interesting.
Yes, Kamilla Cardoso, the Brazilian sensation, is now occupying Angel's old throne under the glass. The very position that helped Angel build her brand and social following is now someone else's home court. And the optics? They're rough. Kamilla's ascension feels perfectly timed, almost like a marketing campaign rolled out with a PR bow on top.
And I think Angel's really good. I think she's really good. And I just think the team would be better if, you know, they anchored their defense around the elite defensive player and kind of ran their offense, maybe not through Kamilla because she's not going to pass it, but run their offense to the elite finisher.
Angel's absence from training camp speaks volumes. Most pros see a new role as a growth opportunity, a chance to expand their game. But Angel's treating it like a betrayal. She's vanished, silent, sulking, or perhaps strategizing. Either way, the message she's sending isn't one of team unity or adaptability.
Per Julie Poe of the Chicago Sun-Times, Reese has yet to post up at training camp as she learns a new role for the offense. Oh, this should be very interesting. Quote, for Reese, that means adapting to a modified role that will tap into her full potential as a stretch four.
Let's be brutally honest. This isn't about Angel abandoning her skill set. It's about her refusing to evolve. Developing a reliable shot is table stakes in today's league, but she's digging her heels in. The Sky aren't sabotaging her. They're adapting to the modern game. A versatile forward can no longer just rebound. You have to stretch the floor, create offense, and move the ball. Right now, Angel's one note: rebound, put back, repeat. And when that playbook gets challenged, she struggles to improvise.
The McDonald's sponsoring the first ever fry cook in the WNBA. Bag work is off the dollar menu, man. What is this junk? Bang! Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. And most importantly, Mother Teresa, Mother Nature, and Mother 2. I'm watching because of me too. Bang! Did you know a croissant's most important ingredient is butter? Yes, butter. Butter. Butter pecan. Bang!
The conversation we need to have isn't whether this was a bad call by the coach. It's whether Angel Reese ever had the tools to grow into something more. Her role change isn't a personal vendetta. It's a basketball decision, and a necessary one at that. Modern WNBA offenses need forwards who can shoot and space the floor. If you can't keep up, the game moves on without you.
If she's not as close to the basket on offense, which she shouldn't, it should clear out the paint and underneath the basket for Kamilla to be able to rebound. And we know she can hit layups. We've seen them. We've seen them over and over. I've seen plenty of videos of her hitting plenty of layups. That could be better for the offense.
And speaking of timing, let's talk about the optics around Kamilla Cardoso. Just days after she squares off against her national team and makes headlines doing it, she's suddenly the Sky's centerpiece. That's no coincidence. Kamilla has the size, finesse, and global appeal that Angel simply hasn't tapped into. She's raw, sure, but her upside is undeniable. Stack her next to Reese, and the difference is crystal clear. Where Kamilla shows potential, Angel shows resistance. Look, Angel hustles. She rebounds like it's personal, but when you break down her game, that's where the highlight reel ends. Her offense, clunky. Her footwork, a step behind. Her mechanics, too slow. She doesn't just need a shooting coach, she needs a game overhaul.
Reese will never post up again, but Marsh understands if the Sky want to build an effective offense, they need to start building out space in the half court. I don't hate that, to be honest with you.
The Sky aren't being villains. They're future-proofing their franchise. Kamilla Cardoso is a bankable star in the making. Angel Reese? She's at risk of becoming yesterday's headline, the player who refused to pivot while the league pivoted around her. The Sky see the writing on the wall, and they're acting before it's too late. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark, the player who actually adjusts, evolves, and delivers, is out here elevating the whole league without whining. She's outscoring, outpassing, and outmerching everyone, all while keeping her cool. Reese's reaction is the opposite. All drama, no delivery. The WNBA is shifting fast. The Chicago Sky are chasing versatility and upside. Angel Reese can either catch up or get left behind. And from the looks of it, she's choosing the latter.
In an offense where her primary goal was to post up, she made just 39.1% of her field goal attempts. And we know from 5 foot in, she was the most inefficient field goal percentage shooter.
Angel Reese made her name on grit, hustle, and dominating the glass, but in today's WNBA, that's no longer enough to anchor a team. Opposing defenses have already cracked the code, clog the paint, dare her to shoot, and watch the offense stall. With defenders sagging off her mid-range game, her biggest strengths start looking more like limitations. Meanwhile, Kamilla Cardoso offers the kind of offensive versatility coaches dream about. She's got a softer touch around the rim, better spacing capabilities, and untapped upside that's too tempting to ignore. This shift isn't about favoritism, it's about evolution.
He may also be fully aware that a massive hole in Angel Reese's game is the fact that she will catch a rebound and then proceed to put up 4 shots to make 1. Again, all the while, people around the perimeter were sitting back going, I'm open, throw me the ball so I can shoot an open 3. Nah, that ball's never coming back out. That's where the ball goes to die.
There's no denying Reese is a force when it comes to brand power. Her jersey sales are off the charts. Her Instagram following rivals pop stars. She's a certified media sensation. But let's keep it real. WNBA games aren't decided by likes or retweets. They're won by players who perform on the hardwood, and lately, Reese hasn't delivered the consistency that matches her spotlight. That disconnect between hype and production, it's starting to show.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I actually feel a little bit better about her standing back further away from the basket, shooting jumpers. I do, actually. Now that I've seen how bad her inside game is, it's still going to be interesting because her claim to fame is what? Double-doubles.
The fact that she still hasn't reported to training camp after the coaching adjustment says more than any press conference ever could. Most players would treat a role change like a challenge, a signal to step up, to expand, to grow. Not Angel. Instead of embracing the new assignment, she's acting like her basketball identity is being stolen. Being asked to step outside the paint and take a few jumpers isn't sabotage. It's a reality check. It's the coaching staff telling her, if you want to be elite, you have to be complete. And right now, she's fighting that message instead of rising to it. Let's be blunt. This isn't a vendetta. It's an opportunity in disguise. But Reese can't seem to see it that way. Her 39.1% shooting clip speaks volumes. For someone who thrives in the post, that number is shockingly low. So why is it unreasonable for the Sky to ask her to diversify her game? In a league that increasingly values spacing and multidimensional talent, sticking to a one-note style isn't bold. It's a blueprint for becoming obsolete.
But if she's already away from the basket, maybe that will force the hand. And again, Kamilla shoots much better from the field, much higher percentage, close to the basket.
Tyler Marsh, the rookie head coach tasked with elevating this team, is making a gutsy call. But maybe guts are exactly what this franchise needs. His decision to reimagine Reese's role isn't about taking something from her. It's about pushing the entire team forward. The Sky don't need a celebrity under the rim. They need someone who can score, defend, and stretch the floor. Reese's refusal to adjust could end up saying more about her ceiling than any stat ever will. That said, the reaction online has been absolute chaos. Fans of Reese are setting social media ablaze, convinced this is some carefully orchestrated plan to dismantle her legacy and prop up Cardoso. Conspiracy theories are multiplying by the second. Comment sections are full of furious declarations about betrayal, favoritism, and injustice. People are screaming for trades, suggesting Angel bolt to a franchise that understands her greatness. It's a full-blown meltdown. And at the center of it is a role shift that, in the broader context of sports, isn't that uncommon.
Apparently, we got to talk about the conspiracy. The conspiracy surrounding Kamilla Cardoso. That the only reason why Kamilla Cardoso is, I'm pretty sure the only reason she's on the Sky, it seems, is to diminish Angel Reese. I don't know. Like, I don't know. I'm trying to struggle to find the logic.
So what's really setting off the alarm bells? Simple. The silence from Reese herself. Her absence from training camp has only intensified the speculation. Fans interpret it as confirmation that she feels blindsided and unsupported. And honestly, who among us wouldn't be a little rattled if our boss told us to abandon the thing we're best at? Still, most elite athletes use moments like this as motivation, not an excuse to retreat.
But like, everything is like, you're already hearing them come out there and saying that she should request a trade because they've said Kamilla is their number one option. But let's be real. Let's be real.
Now there's a growing chorus calling for Angel to pack her bags and find a new home. "They don't deserve you, Angel," one user wrote. "Demand a trade. Get out of Chicago." It's the kind of narrative that plays perfectly on social media, where nuance takes a backseat to drama. But here's what these fans aren't saying. Reese built her brand on those juicy double-doubles. If she's forced to play further from the hoop, she's not pulling down 15 rebounds a night. She's not getting those easy putbacks. And that means her stat line, the very thing that fueled her rise, takes a massive hit. This goes way beyond X's and O's. It's about power dynamics and the unspoken rules of player development in the WNBA. The Sky want to turn Reese into a modern stretch four, someone who can pop off cuts and nail mid-range jumpers. But is that shift truly in Angel's best interest, or is it the front office prioritizing system over star? This situation is peeling back the curtain on what it really looks like when a franchise decides to reshape a player midstream.
Seeing all, literally, I can guarantee you do not watch the sport, be amplified. Like, genuinely.
Whether Angel embraces this change or demands a new chapter, one thing's for sure. Her situation has become a spotlight on how the league operates behind closed doors. This isn't just about one athlete being moved to a different spot on the floor. It's about how teams mold their talent, how they balance media buzz with real on-court value, and how quickly a rising star can be redirected. So what should Reese do next? Does she dig in, adapt, and prove she's more than a rebounding machine? Or does she cash in her influence and start fresh elsewhere? Either way, how she responds will shape not just her future, but also the narrative around player autonomy in the WNBA. Is this the end of Reese? Let us know down in the comments below. Like, subscribe, and turn on all notifications so you never miss out. Click the video on the screen, and we will see you in the next one.